Hello, and welcome back to the continuing adventures of DragonBaal as he treks through the dungeon. Where last we left off, DragonBaal had taken out the Orcish mines, drifted on a little bit longer, has a bunch of money to his name, and then found expanded I want to say a scroll of magic mapping, as well as made a beeline for the Minotaur's lair for fat loots and honor. Yeah, now I'm in the Minotaur's lair. So far this run has gone really well. I have Freezing Cloud on pretty well castable status. I used it to clear out most of the Orcish lair. I believe I have Poison Arrow. Yes, Poison Arrow and Battle Buddy going for me as well. Swiftness, unfortunately, has been nerfed, and it's a shame because it really was one of my absolute all-time favorite spells. But where it used to be permanently improving your run speed until, of course, the spell expires. Now it merely gives you a short burst of improved run speed, followed by a negative to move slow run speed. So great for a quick escape or to build an air gap, but much like with using Berserk, it can get you killed if you use it too early or you mess up with it. So not that great a spell. I feel like I'm getting further and further away. I saw the black tiles, but there was no way in. I thought maybe I had to go the long way around, but nope, this is like the corner of the map, so this is very much the long way around. If that's the case. Yeah, let's turn back. No, well, let's push it a little bit longer and then turn back. So, with all that done, I'm still at insta-gib, you can die easily levels of risk because Dungeon Crawl is that kind of game. But I have made a fairly stable character now, so that's a plus. Okay, we're just gonna eat a ration. Just don't want to think about hunger. And I do have enough food to last all game. Either I just went in a large circle, or I'm once again. Yep. Nope. I think I just went in a large circle. No, this is definitely deeper into black than I was before. Maybe I did have to go around the long way. Okay, this is taking me further away from the core. Let's move back to the core. So, the goal then now is... Oh, whoa. That's an Icarus Rapier. That's a bunch of freezies. And my Trident of Awesome. Okay, great. It looks like he's too smart to step into the freezies himself. He's down. I will ID this rapier. You never know. Could be great. Resist electricity is okay, but it's superfluous because I already have it. +3 is not as good as +9 with reach. Int +2 is, frankly, for my character, strictly better than Dex, but it's only a +2, so it's not worth using as a sky weapon, not for those resistances. So I'd rather hold on to my dagger, which does significantly more damage, and the resist cold property is probably more useful to me than just a redundant resistance. Oh, there he is. There is the very much awake Minotaur. We're going to just walk away first. See if we can't get him nice and poisoned while I do. And that's it. That's a kill. 2 poison arrows. Made that look easy. Pack was full. Oh no, that's bad. Well, I don't want a wand of enslavement, so I'll go ahead and get rid of that right away. And there's the Minotaur I ate. Let's see what we got here. Ring of Protection is an obvious keeper. Need to check the 2 books, and I need to grab the 2 new wands. So, 4 or so items I need to clear out. Useless Throwing Net can be ditched easily. I'm pretty sure I have a spare Ring of Ice elsewhere in the dungeon. And even if oh yeah, well, Ambrosia doesn't work when you have Clarity, so I'm just gonna ditch that. Don't need chunks, I can get more food later. Now what? Well, I wanted to test out the new artifacts, and of course the Ring of Protection, so how much protection are we talking about? +5 protection, that's going to be hard to beat. What am I wearing for an amulet now? Nothing. Okay, so let's try on an amulet. stasis. We're going to have to remove that amulet immediately. Let's try out the other ring. +1 Slayer is unfortunately far too low a slaying bonus to be worth a +5 to AC, so that ring is never going to be used, so we'll keep it behind. What other items did I want to try out? I wanted the books. Fireball is a nice spell, but unless I'm horribly mistaken, I already have that book. No, I do not. Okay. And what else can I ditch in order to get more books out with me? I don't need my spare lightning wand. I don't need a wand of, a potion of might pretty much at all. So that can be ditched very happily. Other book. Ooh, necromancy. I have animate skeleton, but animate dead is not without its charms. I still want OOD eventually. And the spell I really want is the one that summons a battle buddy who's a little bit more of a battle buddy than my current battle buddy, but since I can't get that, I have to just keep waiting. Otherwise we're gonna try out these wands too, right? So let's ditch doop-de-doop-de-doo. I can think of very few scenarios under which I would ever want to use silence, so we'll ditch that for the time being. But I can think of even fewer where paralysis wand will be used. Draining's a fantastic wand. I'm going to take that with me. So let's ditch the... I should have thought of this before I entered here, so that was my mistake. You know, let's look at Sifmuna's books and see which ones I don't want. That I could definitely use shortly. Deflect missiles, force lance, static discharge, orb of destruction. I think this is superfluous. I don't intend to use these spells. Especially because if I look, I do still have orb of destruction in a different book. Yeah, okay, good. And since I no longer need spell books to forget spells, as I am a Sifmuna worshipper, should be able to take the Wand of Disintegration out with me, as well as potentially the... no, not the book. What else did I want? I think that's it. I don't think I need any of this stuff. Alright, we're good. Baal. And now, try to remember what I was doing. Let's get the Battle Buddy in play, just because it never hurts to have him around. Alright, got them all. That's what I was doing. I was channeling mana to make my hunger go up so that I could then eat immediately to make my hunger go down. That was my plan. I'm gonna be starving if I fire that. You guys go kill him, please. This would be a scenario under which I would really want Orb of Destruction. Without it, I am limited to using melee and strong attacks to kill him. Oh man. Let's go ahead and ditch a whole bunch of stuff I'm not using, because clearly there's a lot of junk in here that I don't care about. For starters, we're going to ditch all the books. It's not junk, but I don't need it with me at all times. I will take the Book of Annihilations with me, and I will spend a moment deciding if I want to last minute memorize something before I bail. Fireball would not be an awful spell, honestly. It's a more aggressive attack. It's not a cloud fill, but I'm not really training fire enough to justify that yet. Animate Dead is never bad. No, it's obvious what I need to do. I need to make spell room, and then I need to pick up Orb of Destruction. Which of these spells don't I need in favor of Orb of Destruction? Swiftness has saved my life a couple times, so I feel remiss getting rid of it. Magic Dart is useful for proccing Battle Sphere. Battle Sphere is probably good to go, though. Yeah. I mean, I like it and all, but I don't need it if I'm going to be using Orb of Destruction instead. So, Iskunder's Mystic Battlefield is forgotten, and where the heck is Orb of Destruction? It should be on here. Could have sworn I had the ability to memorize Orb of Destruction. Oh my god, if it was in the one book that I left behind, I'm never gonna forget myself. Shock, Pain, Static, Iskunder's Battle Sphere, Regen, Lightning Bolt. It's gotta be here. I thought it was in the Book of Annihilations. Oh man. I am an idiot. Lehudib's Crystal Spear is here, but that's not the spell I want. Wow, well, that's just great. I screwed up royally. Does not happen often, but it does happen. Well, rather than go back for Battle Sphere, Lehudib's Crystal Spear is out. I don't intend to train Earth that heavily. I guess let's pick up Fireball. Kind of works against my Ice plan, but for those enemies for whom Ice is not an efficient idea. And since I have the spell levels now, we'll also take Animate Dead and remap that to capital D, so I can periodically animate corpses instead of just ripping their bones out. Okay, so this would have been a good situation to pre-prepare with fire. Yeah, I can't believe I was even considering getting rid of Magic Dart. Thing is too good. This is a situation in which to attempt fireballing. Also, get some more spell levels under your belt. No, get shields trained and then worry about spell levels. I want shields up to like 5 before I stop worrying about it. This is as good a place as any to start bathing the floor in snow. Can't close the door because somebody put a bolt in it. Good move on their part. Less fortunate for me. Great place to fireball. Hit them all. Oh, that one's not an ally. That one's an enemy. Okay, out of hunger status and out of mana, so back off. Eat up. Regen mana. Enter again. Back away and immediately start poison arrowing. Well, that mostly worked. Human corpse to eat. Human corpse to res. Am I still wearing all the good stuff? Yeah, I am. Also, ditch the amulet of stasis. I brought it out of the dungeon with me just in case it was functionally useful in some situation, but not with any specific situation in mind. Alright, I found my way to the vaults, which is a pretty good sign that my run is going very well. I can ditch that and just put back on protection, please. So next step would be the snake pit, I believe, unless I do not resist poison. I have a cloak of resist poison. Do I have an enchant armor scroll? I'm gonna drop it because my temptation is to use it on the stuff I have, but I'm not wearing any. Oh, I cannot ever wear any armor. And has there been a helmet I can wear? Nope, not that I can wear. I still feel like I'm gonna get better equipment to put it on. Though to be fair, a cloak of poison resist is about as good a cloak as I could hope for anytime soon. You know what? Screw it. Take the +1 before you die. It's always a plus thing to do. Alright, so that's set. Snake bit it is. Well, what was that just happened? Oh, miscast protection, sure. Yeah, one nice advantage of being here is that I'll still have plenty of edible corpses. As well as resible corpses, to be not put too fine a point on it. We are going to ice this entire approach. Oh, they're already being iced, great. Re-ice on the other side. And now start using body blockers. Perfect. Alright, we're all healed up. We're going to butcher one of these and then animate the rest. Something a little bit stronger to serve as my bodyguards. Mana Viper. Ooh, that sounds scary. Wonder what they do. Alright, that is different. That is a Tongue of Pain wielding Agnes. We are going to absolutely frost this area, even at great personal cost, because she is not going to survive there. Thanks, but no thanks. I have everything I need from there. Actually, maybe not. Do they have the Okazoba's Refrigerate? No. There's a spell that gives you armor based on your ice stat. I'm pretty sure there's such a spell. I don't remember what it's called. But I'm pretty sure it's like a 2-mana spell, not one of the expensive ones, so if I come across it, getting a boost of AC is usually a good thing. Ooh, it's a Mana Viper. It's a pair of Mana Vipers. It's a trio of Mana Vipers. Okay, well at least they die quickly. I don't yet really know what they do. I assume by the name they suck your mana or something like that, but... just back away. There's no need to fight a Constrictor in melee. Control. Shields are almost at 5. Once they hit 5, I need to turn them off. Pretty sure 5 is the arbitrary level at which I stop worrying about spellcasting penalties with shields. You guys, I resist what you spit out, so you just keep spitting the not quite hot, not quite fire, eh? And see how I fare. Oh, you guys, you make me laugh. Shields just hit 5. Kill shields. Naga warrior. Yeah, we're just gonna... Damn it! He just blocks. Fight me from inside there, jerk. Alright, I really want spellcasting to be better, because it's taking me ungodly. It's ungodly difficult to get spells out. Or rather, my spell hungering is pretty crappy right now. There we go. So much for animate dead. Each of my spells that I'm using is so expensive, hunger-wise, that I pretty much need to keep eating whatever I lay down. Maybe poisonous chunks are not as effective in healing, in restoring hunger status. That would explain why I suddenly feel like I have serious spell hungering issues. Also, please have a fruit. You're about to round a corner. Regardless, my power is definitely sufficient for Snake Pit 1. Alright, next floor. There, get some cold out. Poison you with an arrow. No rest for the hungry. Once the cold dissipates, I'll go in there and get my snack. Huh, whip of electrocution. Put that toy away. You don't know who you're messing with. No, that was a scroll summoning. I meant to drop the wand of whateverness that I didn't want. Damn it, I had the Orb of Destruction in my hand. I just didn't know what it was. Never again. Next time I need to memorize a spell eventually, I'll memorize it sooner. Oh man, there's all these cool looking armors that I can't use, and oh hello, bing bong. Oh yeah, baby. +7 strength, resist cold, see invisible. Frankly, just the resist property, hell, just the +4 on the gloves alone would have been enough. But there's no negatives except that it makes me less stealthy, which is fine, I'm a freaking dragon. +7 strength, while not strictly necessary for anything of mine, is still great. And holy cow, there's Nikola himself, Tesla, but I am resistant to electricity, so I'm not scared of him. This is good. Let's see if I can't create a zone in which to freeze him, and then poison him. Alright, well, he disappeared, but he can't be far. He's also pretty poisoned. He's also pretty dead. That's where he lays. That's the cloak he wore, which is the same as the cloak I had on. So if I had saved the scroll of +1ing of armors, whatever they call it, I could have used it here. You know, something just occurred to me. All these snakes, they resist poison, yet I'm insisting on using Poison Arrow against them. The fact that it still works should tell you how powerful Poison Arrow is, that even when it's something like 70% resisted, it still works this well. But, oh right, that was a different game I played today where Cersei was present. We're just going to take Cersei out with cold. Did she get out of that? No, pretty sure she died. Yeah, she died in there. Great. Wait to get in there, then we'll do our rezzing. Wake them all up and ID this. This is a very important wand. In fact, if I can recharge it, that'd be even better. Beautiful. Several rings, several stuffs. Gourmand in particular is nice. Resist mutation is ultimately useful, but in short term, probably less so. Have I seen any other stores that I care about? Seen a lot of stores. Let's see if these are... No, they're not clickable. Well, since I don't know if I'm waiting for anything and my shopping list isn't showing up with any items, I might as well just throw on Gourmand or throw on Resist Mutation. Gourmand would be for fun, you know, so that my game is more easy to play. Resist Mutation would be for long-term benefits. Well, I always play for fun, so we'll just go with Gourmand for now. And hopefully I'll get more money by the time I need to resist mutations. I forgot about Sekugob. I'm too much of a mage, and minus Telly is untenable, however, so forget it. Wait. What did I buy? Did I buy the wrong thing? No, okay, I just stepped off the space. Thank God. Alright, there we go. So, I'm guessing if I didn't have Resist Electricity, that Shock Serpent would have been a game ender. I mean, it depends entirely on the damage ratios, but still. You know, the other thing about using Fireball for damage as opposed to Poison Arrow is it's probably much less hungering, assuming the damage is is at parity. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to kill him for me. God, I'm so hungry. Alright, go with another meat ration just to really get the food going. It's like after having spent half the early game trying to make me beg for any books, now the game can't give me enough of them. There we go. Finally get my food status up a little bit. Alright. Come on. Stop. I'm trying to do stuff here. There we go. Blistering attacks. Orb of Destruction. Ha-cha-cha. Perfect. How far away am I? I need 3 spell levels to get Orb of Destruction going. I can do that. In fact, here, let's... Once Conjurations hits 20, I'm going to turn it off for a while just to enhance my learning speed of other things. Yes, they definitely leached away my mana there. Drop an ice field. If it hits me, just step out of it. Worry about melees. Back off. Now, all I remember about Jorgren is that he is an earth manipulator, and he is incredibly dangerous. So in order to kill him quickly, he cannot regenerate. That's useful. So we're going to begin by poisoning him, and then immediately trying to hide behind things so that he can't... Holy crap, that was a single shatter. I love the screen effect, by the way. Fire. That did not make a difference to him. Am I scared of him killing me in one turn? No, but if I could fly, that would be great. Oh, I need mana to fly. I think he might die to poison before he gets another turn. Yep, there we go. Going full out for broke in that fight was probably the best strategy, so I'm glad I did. Let's ditch the Hat of Ponderousness. Well, I don't want any snakes picking it up either. I probably can get rid of Blowgun and Poison Needles. I clearly would not use them now, even if I had the opportunity. Very few enemies that would justify it. And Poison Arrow is almost unequivocally better. Only reason to use it over Poison Arrow would be mana issues, and frankly, if I have mana issues, my best strategy is probably looking for a way out of a fight, not thinking of how I might still win that fight for any given value of having a fight. Okay. Drop some ice on everything. And I do mean everything. It's fine if it hits, I'll just walk out of it. Oh, they're chasing me? Wonderful. Molto bene. For all that I realized that I was using a spell that's heavily resisted here, I'm still doing it, and it's still working, which is why I'm still continuing to do it. What to ditch? I have several Wands of Lightning. I'm not using any of them, so might as well take something else. Well, I'm not using Confusion either. I'll burn an ID scroll on this amulet. Mostly so that I didn't have to take off my Gourmand, but turns out it actually worked out that way because it was cursed. Ditching items as I go since I don't need a lot of them. Naga Sharpshooter. That's a new enemy. And he is a sharpshooter, I'll give him that. Holy crap. Hits like a truck. Bolts fired from an arbalist. Oh, no wonder it hurts. We'll just pull. Oh, we can't pull because it's gonna constrict us. This is an awful place to be. Thank God the thing died quickly, at least. You know, for those electric serpents, I think their bark is worse than their bite. Mostly because it'd be hard for their bite to be anything near as scary as that bark. When they burst out in electricity, they look incredibly dangerous. Ooh, there's a staff. Okay, I think we got them all. None of you guys have the staff. Great. Oh, I totally missed the coming of the constrictor. Let's begin by icing the distance in front of me. Yep, that proved to be the correct course of action. Whoa, 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 I didn't realize that I was being meleeed. I didn't realize I was dying. Who is killing me like this? Must be this guy. I'm not sure who else is capable of dealing that much damage so quickly. Since I don't know what's going on, I'm just gonna blink way the hell out of range. Let my skeletons do their thing. My skeletons won the fight, but I don't even know what we were fighting. Judging by all of the arrows I'm seeing left behind, must have just been a ranged fighter of some variety, pegging me through that melee, and I didn't realize what was going on until I was half burned. Let's back off. Guys, just swarm him. I don't have the mana to deal with him right now. Alright. I can't be wielding this because I keep using it as a melee weapon. There's that same salamander mystic I saw before. Let's pay attention now, make sure it's not him who's doing all the damage, or if it is, let's make sure that too, so that I know. Yeah, it's definitely one of the salamanders who's armed with a ranged weapon that's able to deal such serious damage so quickly. Alright, begin by laying down giant swaths of cold, and I do mean giant. Alright. Cursed of Curses, a lot of other runic weapons, nothing that's going to have good resists on it, so that's really what I'm looking for at this stage. A weapon that does something for my casting and my survivability. Plus 5 to evade would be more valuable to me than plus 9 to hit. Don't get me wrong, I have a great trident which I'll keep using until I don't need it anymore, or until I have better, but my skeletons are dying en masse to their own stupidity. Well, I'm just laughing about it. They don't affect me none. Alright. Snake 5 is all that's left. Rule of thumb is don't take runes until you have to. I don't have to run into Snake 5, so there's no reason to run to Snake 5. So, back to the dungeon, I guess. Next branch would be the shoals. This is risky for more than one reason. Turn off conjuration, please. You're not doing any good training it further. And because I don't have repel missiles or flight. I guess I have innate dragonborn flying, so that's a plus. But if we're going to do this, we should do it with Poison Cloud. I don't see it on the list, so let's try writing Cloud out. No, it's here. Poisonous Cloud is the full name, I guess. One shy of Orb of Destruction, which is fine. Once I finish this place, I'll go back for it. So, shoals. Because my estimation is most of the enemies in the shoals will not resist poison, and I can walk through poison clouds, so it will speed me up significantly. I don't know how much hungering I'm taking with these, but apparently I've finally taken a bite out of spell hunger, and level 5s are not hungering at all, so that's a plus. Yeah, even the super poisonous sea serpents don't resist what they lay down. Whoa. Yes, a hat! No, limitations of weight. Yes, a hat. Okay, it's not a great hat, but I'll take it. It's better than nothing. And don't leave that on the floor. Just begging for somebody to come pick it up when you don't want to have it. Sonia, what a pleasant surprise. Ah, damn it, barbs. Alright, I am curaried and barbed, but that's fine because all my foes will be dead before they reach me. So I can afford to stand still and let the barbs come out. I find barbs to be a very annoying but very cool new mechanic. That came out wrong. It's an appropriate new mechanic. It's an interesting debuff to have on your character. But irritating since it can't just be cured out of. I do wish that there was some counterplay to it, like transforming forms automatically breaks barbs or something like that. But there doesn't have to be for the game to be good. You know what? I don't need spare wands of disintegration. If I know how many are in it, that's good enough for now. Fire is probably more useful against a water elemental. We're gonna get out of here. Let my summons do the work. Whoa, what is that? It's a nymph. Poison arrow will make short work of her. And that's the other thing I'm going to have to remember, that just because I have Poison Cloud doesn't mean Poison Arrow is any less effective than it used to be. Book of Air. Not interested. It does have Repel Missiles, which I really should learn, just for thoroughness' sake, if nothing else. It's just, I know me, and I know that I'm not going to actually fire that pretty much, even if it would save my life, so. There's a nearby merfolk, who is now poisoned and burned. I will settle for merely poisoning that one. And heal up and keep moving. Found a Zot trap. It's Donald, the foul-mouthed fool. Now that I've landed a stack of poison, he's not long for this world. Just in case I end up wanting his shield as opposed to my buckler, I'll have the option to come back for it. Go kill that thing, please. Ah, crap. This would be a great situation for a Poison Cloud, which is exactly what I will drop. Nope. There we go. That's the right spell. And see what I mean about it being better than Poison Arrow in this situation. dealt an AoE blow, didn't hurt my own skeletons, hurt them. Raper of Electrocution. That's a good thing I didn't have that on hand. Alright. Finish you. You know, there's an advantage actually to Poison Cloud over Poison Arrow, and that is that it hits single target. It guarantees hits as opposed to potentially hitting. Let's see what we got here. No spell casting. Well, that's not worth considering. It's a shame I'm not running a dex-based Hunter or Minotaur, because no casting wouldn't hurt it at all, and plus 7 dex is enough to make most stat boosts look small. That should finish you guys. That's the other nice thing about Poison Cloud. Doesn't matter if they leave the zone. As long as they spent long enough in it, they're probably not going to make it. Okay, Fawn appears from thin air, eh? Da 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 da. Polyphemus. Now, you are definitely all poison vulnerable, but high hit dice. So you are exactly the kind of people I want on the Cloud plan. And since you're in melee with me, I will treat you to poison arrows until you're downed. Mana restored. Catoplepus targeted. Throw out poison clouds aplenty, and then back off. Regenerate mana for whatever lives till it gets around the corner. Wow, that was awful. Okay. Get out of rock range if at all possible. Continue to pelt with poison arrows. Polyphemus is down. They no longer have range capacity against me. And you are poisoned. My god, if it isn't chasing me down. Melee range, poison arrow for the kill. Excellent. Get all my mana back. Don't want to be caught off guard. Damn it. There we go. HP coming back too. Man, you guys hit hard. Like, really hard. I really should pick up repel missiles. Would do a lot of work here. Oh, you're just a nymph, right? Yeah, we'll just kill you. Go kill them. Don't want my skeletons hanging around. Just massacre them for me quickly. Poison potion. Okay, that is a ring. Wizardry with int +4. Not even thinking about it, just taking it. because I can either replace my int +5 or I can replace protection depending on what I'm more concerned about. In this case, I'm less worried about... Well, let's just see, because I'm curious. If I give up some safety, my spell hungering is not significantly reduced with +4 intelligence. So let's go ahead and do this. My spell hungering isn't significantly worsened. My AC is still 25, but with wizardry, all my spells are super castable, and Glaciate hits 99%, which means we're finally on the road to getting Glaciate, which is awesome. Go kill that thing before it has a chance to reach me. Must I do everything myself? We're losing the Pondering Hat. Well, actually, out of curiosity, if I wear the Pondering Hat, I get +5 int. If I also wear both intelligence rings, I get +5 and +5 is +10 int. Putting that all together, I have a ton of intelligence. Yeah, which buys me nothing if I'm dead. AC is probably more useful. Oh, it's a Kraken. Well, you know what? The Kraken is vulnerable to poison. So we're just going to Baal and poison the Kraken horribly. It is pretty horribly poisoned, alright? I think the Kraken might be dead to poison. So, yeah. Pretty swift. How many times do I miss before I hit? Apparently one more than I'd like, but whatever. Alright, good. Healed up and ready to go. Windrake. You know, I wonder if the Windrake has an inherent property that makes it resistant, or not resistant, but makes it increasingly dodgy. Kind of like if it has an inbuilt repel missiles from flapping its wings or something like that. If that's the case, that would explain why I was having so much difficulty hitting it, but why it died so quickly to a poison cloud. Should have considered the possibilities. You know what? We need a fly here. This water is going to kill me otherwise. From the slow retreating. We're going to drop some poison all over the place, and then we're just going to start fighting back. Alright, there we go. Poison is in the red, but I'm very much alive. If I could cure, and I can, I'm just going to cure. And given how many of them there are pointing at me, I'm just going to bail. Could probably have won that fight, but this way I don't have to. The ensuing smoke clouds from my lighting fires will actually make it easier to win this fight. Potentially means they will not be able to get quite as many shots towards me. And with you poisoned heavily, I don't know what Fawn do. I get the sense that they're like rock-throwing centaurs. In terms of their level of power, at least. Alright, let's check out this book. Book of Antiques. Nah, not really interested here. Although, does Deflect Missiles get super castable thanks to Wizardry? It does. That might be a good reason to ditch Mephitic Cloud, honestly. So, where's Mephitic Cloud? Yeah, I haven't used Mephitic Cloud in ages. We're ditching it, and we'll instead pick up Deflect Missiles. I doubt very much that I use it, but now I'll have it available if I want to. Actually, let's put it on the letter X. Certainly against all those whatchamachocolates, that would have been the right first move to make. In fact, this would not be an awful time to use it either, assuming even one of those is a javelineer. And they might very well be. It's hard to tell right now. They look like just ordinary merfolk, though. I don't mind if I hit my own guy as long as I hit all of them in return. Yeah, no, we'll rip the corpse out of you and then we'll res the rest of them. There was no rest of them. Go figure. Yeah, no, this is fine. Poison, and then just attack as usual. New amulet, and oh right, with flight I can go anywhere now. I'm not sure why I wasn't flying sooner. Probably there's a downside to this that I'm not thinking of, but could be that as a dragon I get permaflight. Hey guys, if you know whether or not draconians get free permaflight, let me know. I'm assuming it's free, which is why I'm doing it, but if it's not, then I need to know that so I can stop burning whatever resource I'm burning. OD, I don't have the spell levels. Alright, we're good. We're gonna take our chances and open this door. Is there anything I need to do to prep first? Probably put on deflect missiles and then channel back the mana. That was a good move. We're going to drop a poison cloud and then close the door repeatedly so that everybody inside continues to suffer. That worked. I did take some damage. After all, one guy opens the door, the other guys fire out, but deflect missiles is taking a long time to diminish. I'm gonna try not refreshing it. Okay, open door, just some money. Safe retreat, secured, full mana, engorged. Open door. Poison should be good here, and that spear means he probably won't step through. Only the water elemental will be able to ignore it. Yeah, this should be fine. Poison. Nope, they moved very quickly. I'm going to step away and take the barbs damage, because that puts multiple targets within poison and gives me a safe haven. I'll also get a free fireball this way, which should kill most of them. And that's the lot of them. Excellent. Res all the corpses. Javelins of penetration aplenty. That's a very useful thing long term. What was I thinking? Right, deflect missiles. Just an avatar of merfolk, that's it. Well, there's literally nowhere in that room you can be that isn't poisonous. Have fun with that, lady. I don't need a ring of strength. Strength means nothing to me. Don't need confusion, teleportation, morning star. I don't need any of these things. Yes, please ignore that. Ignore that as well. Well, that has been most interesting. Next floor. Shoals 4. We've got one more. After this is the rune floor, so yeah. So I'm noticing that the deflect missiles is still not expired. I'm not sure why, but it's feeling like it's not going to expire actually, which is kind of nifty. I wonder if they reworked the way that repel and deflect missiles work, or even if it's just one of them. Because usually I will only get repel missiles and then I'll stop, but this time I got both. Or this time I went for deflect, because, well, mostly because that was what was convenient, but yeah. I'm gonna get barbed, so I might as well just massacre them from here. No, sick them. That's fine. And we'll let the barbs come out before I move again. Oh damn it, I left necromancy on this whole time. What is the unknown book? Oh, it's the Necronomicon. I could always just go for being a Necro Dragon. That would be pretty sweet. I'm so far away from getting it, though, that it's not worth wasting training on it yet. Maybe down the road, when everything else is set. Oh, look, it's Sant Roca. Excellent. We're going to drop Poison, which will unduly hamper him, and then run. And then drop Poison, and then run. Here's the thing. Sant Roca almost always has a entourage. My hope is that his entourage will be caught up in the poison. Alright, who's still on me? Okay, Sant Roca is still on me. And I'm low on mana. This is a bad spot to fight him. I'm gonna run. I might even have to use a heal wounds at this point if I can't find a way out. Not going down, certainly. Shit. Hit teleport. I don't want to fight this. I think I have to blink. The question is, do I blink here? Or do I blink here? The problem with blinking up is that Sant Roca can still see me and therefore can still smite me. The problem with blinking down, it's totally deep into the unknown. I think I would like to go here, but there's no visibility. The teleport's going to kick in any second now, so let's just go here, and let's actually do a heal wounds, just in case that makes the difference. Okay, we are off on the bottom right of the map. This is the perfect spot for me. I'm gonna eat some meat. And anything that has the gall to approach me will die. And once I'm good and ready, I will explore again. And definitely just channeling up my mana and burning through a ration to do it, and I don't even care anymore. It's just not worth worrying about. Okay. We survived. Burned a lot of valuable resources, but we did survive. I'm not sure what I did to put myself at such high risk. I think what I did is I didn't realize that I was retreating into the unknown. And I was doing it while playing chicken with one of the most powerful, in terms of like raw stats, uniques at this stage of the game. Obviously Mennos is much more frightening, but you know, you don't have to be Mennos to scare me. I'm not gonna fuck around with you, Mr. Cyclops. There's the orc. Just sick him. I don't want to waste mana on an orc. A serious orc, sure, but not just an orc, any old orc. Poison that. It's an orc priest. Everybody melee the water elemental. I do not like these guys very much. I never tried on that amulet, huh? I'll check it, see what it is. It's faith. Generally speaking, I do like wearing faith when I'm accruing gifts, but I don't need the gift, so it's not relevant. We're gonna do the same thing we did before with Sant Roca, except as soon as he's in range, we're just gonna pelt him with poison arrows. I feel like I've managed to pick away at his entourage already. That's a pretty significant amount of poison on him now. He might just be walking dead for all I know. Is there any chance it tells me? No, it doesn't say. Okay, you know what? Now is a good time to actually burn wand charges to make sure he goes down. We're gonna fire a draining charge a few times. Okay, we got him. The only reason I'm so comfortable here is because I'm literally standing on an escape hatch. Alright, we got out. Eats. Hell, we'll eat the pizza too. And that really should be about it for the floor. Oh yeah, you harpies. Prepare to be torched, all of you. How dare you scare me into using a blink scroll. Pathetic vagrants. Remnants of ruminants of a bygone era. Yeah, nothing I said actually makes sense, so don't bother trying to understand it. But hey, I think that's a floor clear, which means we are set for shoals all the way through to 5. We are set for snakes all the way through to 5. All that's left now is the vaults and then diving deeper into the depths and going from there. So yeah, things are going good. Glaciate is 96%. It's showing signs of eventually being castable. I am going to, before I forget what I was thinking before, of these spells, Freezy Cloud is probably a little less good, but I will keep it for utility. Poison Arrow is a must, and Poison Cloud has proved kinda useful. I don't understand Deflect Missiles yet, but I'm probably keeping it. Animate Dead is kinda dead weight. It's not useful, it just isn't doing much for me. That leaves 2 spell levels I need to recoup. And Poison Cloud versus Poison Arrow. You know what? Since I'm going to be picking up Orb of Destruction, I will get rid of Poison Arrow. Because Orb of Destruction should fill the same niche. So now, I have an incredibly destructive spell on a easy to hit button. I don't have very many potions of restore abilities. I do have 10 Royal Jellies, which used to have the same effect. So next time I eat, I should probably pop one of those. How am I doing for resistances? I have no resistance to fire, which means that the Elven Halls is still a questionable choice. Especially since I could be sent to the Abyss and I have no resist mutation source yet, so that would be even more dangerous. Honestly, I think the next step is probably just to do Volts, but I will leave that to future Ahmed to decide. For the time being, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.